How does phonology relate to S-sound challenges? Imagine trying to learn a new game where the rules keep changing. That's similar to how phonology works in speech. It's all about how sounds are organized and used in language. When a child has trouble with the S sound, it's not just about physically making the sound. It's also about understanding the patterns and rules that tell us when and where to use that sound. In speech sound disorders, children might have articulation issues, which means they physically struggle to produce the S sound. They might lisp or distort it because their tongue or airflow isn't quite right. On the other hand, phonological disorders involve patterns of errors. For example, a child might leave out the S sound in words or replace it with another sound because they haven't fully grasped the rules for using S in different words. Phonology is like the brain's map of sounds. It helps us understand how sounds fit together in words and sentences. When a child has a phonological issue, it's often because their mental rules for speech are not yet clear. They might say sip as tip or omit the S altogether, showing a pattern rather than just a physical problem. Addressing S sound challenges requires understanding whether the issue is with the physical act of speaking or with the mental rules of sound patterns. Speech therapists look at both aspects. They check if the child can physically produce the S sound correctly and if they understand when and why to use it. Therapy might include teaching the child the rules of where S appears in words. For example, S usually comes at the beginning of words like sun or sit. Therapists also use minimal pairs, which are pairs of words that differ by just one sound, like sip and tip. This helps children hear the difference and learn to produce the S sound correctly. Another key part of therapy is improving phonological awareness. This means helping children recognize and think about sounds in words. Activities might include clapping out sounds or identifying S sounds in different words. These exercises help children organize sounds in their minds, making it easier to use S correctly in speech. In summary, phonology relates to S sound challenges because it involves how the brain understands and applies the rules for using the S sound in language. It's about more than just physically making the sound. It's about understanding its role in words and sentences. Effective therapy looks at both the motor skills needed to produce S and the mental patterns that guide its use. This combined approach helps children speak more clearly and confidently.